銀河鉄道39
Okay, let's try to finish off Chapter 1 of Volume 12 of Galaxy Express 39. This is technically the second part of this chapter, but it's a continuation of the previous last chapter of the previous volume, so this is technically part 4 for our reading. The title chapter here is Dayan Kokoseion Afrika, the Giant Dark Nebula Africa. We paused where they were sort of leaving, and this strange triangle delta thing came to pick them up, but then it blew up. The train was being dissected. There's just lots of crazy stuff going on. It's easier to just keep going. But that's where we paused. This thing had just blown up, and the Shasho-san, the conductor, said it was their chance to get away. Even though they, took the train away. So I don't know what they're going to do. Hey, Gadologic. Hi, fu. So that's sort of, he's cold. He's cold, but Meiteru is the one in a bikini. But he's the one complaining. Mou sugu desu, shikkari Tetsuro-san. It's just a little bit more. It's soon. Hang in there. Stay level-headed, Mr. Tetsuro. Mou sugu ni wa chigai nai kedo. 客車だけじゃ、客車だけじゃ、どうにもならないよ. Okay, so as for a little bit more, it's not wrong. So you're not wrong that it's a little bit more, but just the passenger cars it is, what are we going to do? What becoming... Or there's nothing we can do. Don nimo. Yeah. Don nimo naranai. It's helpless. It's futile.
Hello there.
Oops. Make sure I put this in the right chapter. Yeah, so he notices and says it's only the passenger cars. Ghost hopper tachi ga jikken zairyo da to itte motte ita wa ne. So Meitaru is pointing out that the ghost hoppers are the one that as experimentation ingredients saying and are holding it. So they took it to use as experimentation ingredients, as what they said. I guess Zairio can mean materials. That's probably a little bit more. That also works. Yeah. Experimentation materials. Okay. Oh, all right. So we get a double page spread here. So they do hop on the train and everyone's able to get back in their original clothes. So Meiteru had given up her robe and hat to cover the conductor, which is why she was in her bikini. So now that they're back on board, Shasho-san can be back in his uniform, and she can be back in her clothes, and Tetsuro is wrapped up. So there we go. Saiwai, kore wa watashi tachi no sharyo da wa? Happily or fortuitously, as for this thing, it's our carriage car. So theirs was still left behind. この中にいれば夜が明けても目がくらまなくて済むわね. Okay. Inside this place, if existing. So if we're inside here, or if we're inside this thing, even when the day dawns, mega kuramanakute. Mega kuramu. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Eyes won't end in being dazzled. We won't be dazzled. So that was a problem, right? At the very beginning, Tetsuro had gotten blind. He looked at the sun. There's the snow outside, all that crap. She's saying, if we're inside when day dawns, then we're not going to be, our eyes won't get dazzled. Okay. 服も銃もそのままあるけど、ここにじっとしてたって、ウェッジにするだけだよ。Ue. Is that supposed to be like on top of that ue? Ueji. No. Oh, starvation. Okay. Even clothes, even guns, if it's existing as it is, then in this place, if we're like jito, if we're stuck here, if we're stuck in this place, it'll just be starving to death. Ueji ni suru, doing starving to death. Yeah, so jito is to be fixed, motionless, that sort of thing. He's saying if we're just going to be stuck here, then we're just going to starve to death. That's it. So they probably don't know that the Home Office has said that they're abandoning the train, which was in it was in the previous chapter. The Home Office said it's abandoning the train and it's going to build a new 3-9. Everything was presumed loss. 私の車掌の制服も予備がありました。これで一安心です。はい。Okay. My conductor uniform, also a spare, existed. So I also had a spare of my uniform. With this, it's a single peace of mind, indeed. Hito anshin. A feeling of relief. With this is a feeling of relief. Okay, so you'll be, just to double check, that's going to be like a spare reserve. Yeah. All right. So again, they're back on the train, back in their own clothes. Okay, Tetsuro appears to smell something. 腹が減りすぎたせいか。食べ物の匂いがしてきた。Okay, he's asking, is it due to being too hungry? Is it due to being too hungry that a food smell is doing, that I'm smelling food? Am I smelling food because I'm too hungry? And say here is usually like in a negative sense. Like, am I so hungry that I'm smelling food? これはビフテキとラーメンの匂いだ. As for this, it's the smell of ramen and beefsteak, which is like steak. Okay. 気のせいじゃないわ. 気のせいじゃないわ. It's not your imagination. これは本当の匂いよ. As for this thing, it's a true smell. It's a real smell. あっちからです. It's from this direction, or from that direction over there. こういう状態でそうやったらに食べ物があるわけが. In this sort of a circumstance, そうやったらに. Oh, that way, like randomly food existing reason. So there's no reason for food to be so randomly existing in this sort of a circumstance. So he opens the door. 食堂車がくっついてました. Kutsuku is to be adhered, to be attached. So, the dining car, the dining car, it's been attached. It's attached. And look at that. So they won't starve of food. They won't starve to death of food immediately. All right, this is most likely Tetsuro talking. All right, let me zoom out a little bit so we can see. So look at that. It's like all the tables are set and they all have tons of food. We can see the ramen, we can see the beef tek, which seems to be the two things that they order on the train. Surely there's more, but it is a little bit odd that it's only just that at all the tables. Wow, beef tek da, ramen da, 食事の用意ができてるぞ. Okay, so wow, it's beef tek, it's ramen. The preparations of like the food are done. It's possible. Yeah, the meal preparations are like done. They're finished. Dekiteru, or being finished. 不思議なお話ね. It's a strange story. It's a strange circumstance or a strange thing going on. 湯気まで立っています. Actually, imas. This is most likely the Shasho-san talking. 湯気まで立っています. 実にうまそうに見えます. Yuge. Oh, steam vapor. Even steam vapor is rising. In reality, in truth, it's able to be seen as seeming to be tasty. It looks tasty in reality, and even steam is rising. So this has like been freshly prepared. Fushigi indeed. これは夢でしょうかね? As for this is the conductor, and we hear goo, his stomach is rumbling. As for this, it's a dream, isn't it? Maboshi? Yeah. Maboshi de shou ka? De shou ka ne? It's a phantom or an illusion, isn't it? Tetsuro-san? Mr. Tetsuro? Yume ka dou ka tabete miri ya wakaru sa. Whether it's a dream or not, trying to eat will understand. So whether it's a dream or not, I'll know if I try to eat it. Oh my zo! It's tasty. これは夢じゃなくて本物だ. As for this thing, not being a dream, it's the real thing. Tetsuro? もう食べちゃったの. Mo tabe, like Tetsuro. Oh. I guess she's saying like Tetsuro, and then she's saying like, oh, he already ate it. I guess she was going to maybe stop him. Mo tabe chatta. The chatta would also imply teshimata, meaning like, oh, he already ate it. I can't do anything about that. Okay, well, now they're all sitting down. Shikata ga nai wa. Yeah, so she says, well, I guess there's nothing we can do about it. No choice. Tetsuro ga tabechatta no nara, watashi tachi mo itarakemashou. Yeah, so she says, there's nothing we can do. No choice. Tetsuro, if already eating or if already ate, then we also let's receive the food. Itarakemashou. Shinaba. Oh, Shinaba moro tomo desu ne. Shinaba. Yeah, this is an expression. Shinaba moro tomo, which is to die together, to go to the grave together. Shinaba moro tomo desu ne, Meiteru-sama. It's, we all die together, isn't it, Lady Meiteru? Anata wa oyasashi kata desu. As for you, you're a kind and gentle person. So that's the conductor saying this. So basically, right, she would be concerned that maybe the food is poisoned or something's bad with it. And so that's why she's like, well, we might as well. He already ate it. And anyway, okay. Oh, manpuku. I'm assuming that's Tetsuro, like manpuku, full stomach. Uh-oh. I guess this is Tetsuro. だけど、これは果たして満腹とか満足とかいう感覚でしょうか? But as for this thing, in the end, 果たして. Oh, sure enough, as one thought, again, manpuku is full stomach. Manzoku is like sufficient. Yeah, full stomach. Manzoku means like sufficient satisfaction. He's asking, is it the sensation, I wonder, of the thing called satisfaction or a full stomach? どちらかというと食中毒的感じが whichever one it's called, poison food feeling. It's the feeling of poisoned food. Yeah. Shokuchudoku is poison. It's the poisoning food feeling. Shimasu desu ne, that it's doing, isn't it? So that kanji ga suru, that feeling is doing. So it feels like poison food, doesn't it? Yarareta! They got me. Been done in. Okay. Gomen nasai. All right, so there's a voice. It's speaking in katakana. It's well, we'll see. Gomen nasai. Skosh nemute tadakimasu. Tadakimasu. Nemute itadakimasu. Oyasumi nasai. Yeah, so the voice says, sorry, a little bit will receive sleeping. Have a good rest. Have a good night. So this is Meiteru before she completely passes out. Donata? Who? Who is it? Watashi wa Wakusei Kilimanjaro Seinaru Jou Toyo Bareru Onna. Oh, Toyo Bareru Onna. As for me, I am the woman called the Holy Queen of the planet Kilimanjaro. So that's why she speaks in katakana like the other ghost hoppers. We see that. So now we see a speech bubble. She could be standing there. Remember, they're paper thin. Seinaru Jou, the Holy Queen. So, indeed, watashi wa ghost hopper no seinaru jou to yobareru onna. So she repeats it again. That's right. As for me, I am the woman called the Holy Queen of the Ghost Hoppers. Wana datta no ka kuso. So this is Tetsuro. A trap. It was a trap? Damn it. そういうことになるの kamoshiremasen. Okay, so as for it becoming this sort of a thing, I guess there was no choice. そういうことになるのか. Oh, no. That's probably right. It was a trap. That is probably right. That sort of a thing, it becoming that way, it probably is. Maybe. Owabi shimasu. Oyasumi nasai. Owabi. Oh, I do apologies. So I apologize. Good night. Okay. Poisoned by the queen of the ghost hoppers. Okay. We get a outside again, snow blowing, sun's up there. All right. And go. That appears to be the engine car. Yet again, Tetsuro blacking out and waking up. Wa! Meiteru! Goran yo! Resha ga hashiteru yo! So, Meiteru, look, the train is running. Which I guess could also mean moving, but train is running. Hendes, it's strange. Resha wa barabara no hazu deshita ga. It's strange. As for the train, it ought to have been in pieces. Barabara no hazu deshita. But, ga. Oh. Okay. Oh. Maybe they left behind some cars? All right. Well, not only is the train running, apparently they're in space. And not only that, but they're outside of the dark nebula. That's the actual whole dark nebula that looks like Africa. Okay. All right. 39号はもう空間へ出てるわ. As for the 39, already like heading out into space. Which is what we see there. 暗黒星雲アフリカからも脱出してるらしい. And even or also from the Dark Nebula Africa, escaping, so it seems. So basically everything I just already noted from just looking at the picture. So we also seem to be escaping already from the Dark Nebula Africa. Hanran ga atta kara desu. Okay, it's a voice. It's a voice. And again, in katakana, so maybe it's still the queen. It's because a hanran occurred. And a hanran is going to be a, not a riot, a coup, an insurrection, a mutiny, an uprising occurred. That's why. Ghost Hoppa no Seinaru Jo'o. It's really an odd title. Ghost Hoppa no Seinaru Jo'o. The Holy Queen of the Ghost Hoppers. So desu. That's right. Okay, so she's still on board. Hanran ga okotta kara, because a rebellion occurred. Resha o tsunagi naoshite. Resha saseta no desu. Okay. Because a rebellion occurred, the train like reattaching, and departure made due. That's what it is. Saseta. So tsunagi naosu. Tsunagi means to connect. Naosu is to mend or repair. So reattach. Tsunagi naosu. Tsunagi naosu. We're not going to see that in the dictionary, but those are the two words. So two verbs. Yeah. So this is in the passive, and the action is being left vague. Oh, we're actually going to see her down here. It's again like attaching and fixing the train, and then departure made due or was done. So hanran, a rebellion. Ja anata wa chi o owarete dashutsu shita wake. So Meiteru asks, a rebellion? So then, as for you, position like being chased? Warete. Owarete. To be chased. Oh, to drive out. Okay. So normally, the verb means to chase, pursue, run after. But it can mean to drive out or to expel. And this is in the passive. So she is asking, so as for you, you were driven out from your position and did escape, and you escaped. That's the reason? Iie. No. Hanran o okoshita no wa kono watashi no hou. Okay. No. The rebellion causing one. As for the one that caused the rebellion, it's this me direction. It was me. I'm the one that caused my direction. I'm the one that caused the rebellion. And there she is. We finally see her. Watashi no hou te jou ga hanran no? So my direction, you say, meaning me, you. A queen, the queen, a rebellion, meaning like a queen started a rebellion. So no tori. That's right. It is according to that way. Seinaru joushi jishin ga hanran o okoshi resha o renketsu sasete uchu e deta no desu. Okay. Okay, so the Holy Queen herself, rebellion causing a rebellion, and renketsu sasete. Renketsu, that's like, oops, connecting. Linking, connection, doing. And yeah, connection being done of the train, or making do of the train, and into space went. It's that thing. Went out into space. So yeah, the queen herself caused a rebellion, made connection, reconnecting of the train, and went out into space. That's what happened. Okay. I'm curious where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we got like 5 more pages, so that's about normal. Futsu hanran toyu no wa dokusai sha ni hantai suru kokumin ga issei ni tachiagattari suru mon da ga. Okay. Dokusaisha is going to be like a dictator. And it should be doku, not toku. Yeah, dictator. That's doing opposition. Issei is simultaneously all at once, rising up. Yeah, okay. So normally, this is Tetsuro's talking, normally as for the thing called a rebellion or an uprising, it's the citizens, the country's civilians, the citizens doing opposition against a dictator and all at once rising up. It's doing that sort of thing. So Tetsuro's trying to identify the source of confusion here, that she could be doing this. 私が惑星キリマンジャロの住民の見えてたのだ。No, 見捨てたのだ。Oh, 見捨てる。abandoning. Yeah. Okay. So I'm the one, the inhabitants of the planet Kilimanjaro throwing away, abandoning. So misteta. No, I'm the one doing that. Misute. Yeah, to abandon. So I am the one who is abandoning the inhabitants of Kilimanjaro. Migaki tanoda. It's migaki. Mikagi. Mikagi. Yeah. Another way to say giving up, abandoning. Gave up, abandoned. Hanran o okoshita no wa watashi jishin. Yeah, so she just reemphasizes. Now, as for the one that caused the rebellion, it was me, myself. I'm the one. Hanran o okoshita no wa seinaru jo'o. And she says it again. As for the one who caused the rebellion, it was the Holy Queen. Okay. 他の生物をみんな実験材料としか思わない。Okay. 他の生物をみんな実験料材としか思わない。So, not thinking of other living creatures as all being experimental materials. Yeah. Omowanai. Yeah. Not thinking Toshika. Or this might also be like no choice but to think of all living, other living creatures as all being experimental materials. Minikui kokoro o motsu nado. An ugly or difficult to look at kokoro also. Oh, I skipped a line there. Motsu ghost hoppa nado. The ghost hoppers that hold ugly kokoro, hearts or mind or spirits, and things like that. Tomo ni kurasu ni atai shinai. Basically not wanting to live together with such ugly ghost hoppers with such ugly hearts. Okay. Okay. This is all part of ghost hoppers. So the ghost hoppers that have like ugly kokoro and do nothing but think of other living creatures as all being experimental materials together, living like don't want to live together. Seimei taida. It's seimei tai. Life form. Okay, I gotta. Tomo ni korasu ni atai shinai. Oh, atai is to be worth, to deserve, to merit. Okay, I think she's talking about herself here. Like I'm a life form, not worth living together with. Yeah, like am a life form that's not worth living together with things like the ghost hoppers who have ugly kokoro and do nothing but think of other living creatures as experimentation materials. If I'm understanding this correctly, she disagrees with them treating other other creatures as like experimentation materials, but she thinks that makes her the bad person, and so she's rebelling and going away. I guess maybe we'll see. Just the way she phrases it, she's saying that she's the life form that's not worth living together with these ghost hoppers that do nothing but this. But then she also calls them mini kui kokoro. So that's not a polite term. Yeah, mini kui, ugly, unattractive. So it's a little bit. I'm not quite sure how to connect all that in a way that works. でも一人で脱出してこの先どうやって Okay, but alone, escaping, you did escape alone. You did the escaping. You escaped alone, and like ahead, how do? What are you going to do next, basically? 私は一人で永遠に宇宙へさすらう. Is that to loiter, to wander? Sasu. Yeah, to wander, to roam. As for me, alone, eternally, for eternity, will wander space. I will roam, wander through space eternally, alone. なぜあんなゴーストホッパーになってしまったかを静かに考えながら. Okay, so why those sorts of ghost hoppers becoming that way, did that happen? Question mark. Quietly while thinking. So this is all together. Okay, so this suggests she doesn't agree that they're doing good things. As for me alone, eternally will wander through space while quietly thinking, why did the ghost hoppers become like that? Naze anna, in that way, those sorts of ghost hoppers, to that becoming, did that happen? Shimatta. And a question mark. I'll be asking myself that quietly. Okay, well, that's a horrible life. Samayo. Samayo. Samayo means that's loitering or puttering. Very similar verbs. Samayo sasurao. Interesting. Very different kanji. Samayo watashi no tabiji wa nagai. My wandering road travel, as for that, it's long. Tabiji. Like the path of my journey. Yeah. My wandering journey is long, or will be long. Meiteru anata nara wakaru hazu. Watashi no kimochi ga. Okay. Meiteru, if it's you, you ought to understand my mood, my feelings. Interesting comment. 永遠に郊外しながら宇宙をさまよう私の気持ち。Eternally, eternally while doing regret, wandering through space, my mood. So you want to understand my mood, my feelings of wandering space while doing regret eternally. Okay? You ought to understand. Oshiawase ni, fortunately, happily, sayonara.
Oh, ha, 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 ha.
Wait. Oshiawase. Yeah. Oshiawase. Yeah, okay. Sayonara. So like in happiness or in good fortune, blessing. I mean, like, that's why the ... So she's saying like, be well, have good fortune, farewell. Sayonara te, saying farewell. Him saying this kind of suggests that he's about to like stop her. Like, you're saying farewell, ... and then we get the soto shite age nasai tetsuro. This is sort of like just let her go. Quietly, like, let do. Soto. Yeah, softly, gently. Please do. Tetsuro. We'll just go with that. Oh, okay. She's got like a rocket ship or something. Mew. Is that Mew or Shun? That's probably Shun. Okay. There we go. We get kind of our standard, a little bit modified tall panel. Okay. What do we have here on the side? ボートが積んであったのね. The boat, I guess meaning like the ship. The boat. 積んであった. Boatが積んであったのね. Didn't it? What is she saying there? Boat. ボートが積んであったのね。積んであったのね。 I don't know. The boat was piling up, was becoming fine. Okay. Tetsuro notices something. これは! As for this, 聖なる女王の涙. The tears of the Holy Queen. 女王の涙か? Tears of the Queen. This might be made to do. 聖なる女王はここに座って泣いていたのよ. As for the Holy Queen, in this place, sitting, crying, was doing. She was sitting here crying. Okay, this is not the end. There's one more page after this. Okay, so we do get a shot here of the Queen's ship and a message here. Dayan Kokosei un Africa, the giant dark nebula Africa. Sono wakusei Kilimanjaro no seinaru joou wa Hokai no namida o nagashi nagara eian ni uchu no umi o sayo toyu. Samayo. Sorry. Samayo toyu. Okay. That, the great dark nebula Africa, that planet Kilimanjaro's holy queen, as for her, while flowing or shedding tears of regret, eternally spaces ocean, wandering, it's that sort of a thing, or it's called that, or they say wandering the ocean of space eternally while shedding tears of regret. That's what she does. Okay. And then finally, we get our actual last page, which is more wrap-up. We get actually 2 more wrap-up scrolls. This is back at Kilimanjaro. Here's the train. Oh. All right. What do we have here? Ginga Tetsudo o tabi suru mono wa kurai yami no naka de seinaru joou no susuri naku koe o kiku koto ga aru. This is not, none of this is happy. What did I want to look up? Oh, susuri. Susuri naku, I think, is just like violent sobbing and weeping. Yeah, or just sobbing and weeping. Okay. As for people doing travel on the Galaxy Express or the Galaxy Railway, in the middle of the deep darkness, the dark darkness, in the middle of the dark darkness, the Holy Queen's sobbing voice hearing event exists. Or there are times where people can hear her voice sobbing in the depths of the dark, of deep space, whatever. When traveling, for travelers on the Galaxy Railway. And then finally, this is Kilimanjaro itself. So back inside the nebula. Shikashi, however, seinaru joou ni misterareta wakusei Kilimanjaro ga sono go dou natta no ka dare mo shiranai. However, by the Holy Queen being thrown away, planet Kilimanjaro, so the planet Kilimanjaro abandoned by the Holy Queen, after that, what happened? Nobody knows. And that is the end, finally, of the Great Dark Nebula Africa. Okay, that's the end of chapter 1. That's the end of chapter 1. We'll move on next time to chapter 2. Again, as a warning, all these chapters are quite long because there's only 4 chapters in this book. So this next one is like 60 pages. we'll see what we can do about breaking these up a little bit more. But we'll look into what the next story is next time.